better.
That's right. Oh, putting on your superhero glasses. That's right. What's going on? I think we're live, Brian.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
I might just have to wear this alpaca llama Christmas blazer every day until January 1st. I'll tell you what, walking around downtown, four of us, me, my daughter, my girlfriend who's up visiting from Rhode Island, and her son, and we were all wearing ugly Christmas garb, and people just loved it. We had ugly Christmas family portraits done, like photos done. It was awesome. It was great. So good. So good. Brian, what are you happy about this morning? What's your positive? Actually, hold on. Hold your horses. Hold up. So this is a little page out of Dan Sullivan's book, Strategic Coach, Positive Focus. So we start all our meetings with positive focus. I try to have like any kind of like group dinner, whether it's a family dinner or another gathering of people. I generally encourage positive focus with our students who are taking our courses. When we teach live video Zoom courses, we usually start with positive focus at the beginning of our trainings. Positive focus is a simple idea of what are you happiest or most excited about in your life right now. It doesn't have to be business related or on topic, for the gathering of people, but what are you happiest about in your life, or happiest or most excited about in your life right now? And I encourage you guys watching, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, to let us know in the comments what you're happiest or most excited about in your life right now. So I wanted to say that several times just to let it sink in, give Brian a chance to kind of answer his question, the question on positive focus. What do you think, Brian? What are you happiest or most excited about in your life right now?
So at this moment, as I sit here, right now, I am most excited about my new adjustable desk I just bought and put together yesterday. So for the last, 17 or 18 years, I've had the same office furniture in my home office, a massive, traditional, classy, boardroom looking judges chambers kind of desk. And we just went out with that and brought in this very modern, black, sleek, adjustable desk. It's the one where you can sit and you can stand. It's got all the bells and whistles of preset things. And the main reason I did it is because I'm going to be spending a lot of time in my home office. Next semester, I'm only on campus one day at school, so I'll be back sitting. Well, not hopefully not sitting as much now, standing. And so far, I'm really liking it. In addition to that, I also did a massive clean out of my office, and it's so much more organized. Feels great. So right now, that is my positive focus.
Awesome. Cool. Clean up the office, clean up the room, get a new desk, ready to go. Boom. So
and coming soon, Talman, part of this coming soon, don't want to reveal too much, but there's going to be a massive upgrade to what I'm calling the YouTube studio. So keep an eye on this background.
All right. Massive upgrade coming up next. Rock and roll. Cool. So, guys, what are you happiest or most excited about in your life right now? What's your positive focus? Feel free to type it in if you're inspired. Getting the ugly Christmas sweater, Christmas photos done was sweet. Honestly, it was pretty rad. Had a good Christmassy weekend, and got ski upgrades, and I am looking forward to a winter of skiing. So that should be pretty awesome. That's what I'm happiest about right now. Nobody else has typed in, I don't think, what they're happiest about, but that's okay. If you guys want to share, go ahead. And if you don't, then we won't hold it against you this time. Today's conversation. Brian, I guess you already got your piece in about having a clean and organized room. So that's good. That's good. I typed in the title of this before I got your response back. And the title of today's live stream is all about the power of intention. And is there a place for it in marketing? In your marketing? I mean, what is it, too cheeseball? Is there something to it? Right. And the reason I wanted to bring this up was because, Brian, you and I have plans to go to a certain conference in a little bit less than a month.
We do.
We're going to go to Anik Singhaal's conference. Brian, you turned me on to that. Do you want to tell the crowd a little bit about what's going on with this thing?
Sure. So Anik Singhaal, who's a very accomplished marketer, and I know him going back to way back when this whole
beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah, Anik and I were both in 30K in 30 days together back in the day.
30K in 30 days. Wow. So back when Al Gore invented the internet is when we all got together and met each other. And so Anik's putting on a really cool event. He's actually developed his own center. I think it's outside of Maryland, called the Learn Center, LURN. And it's a.
I always think it's a little funny that Learn is spelled wrong.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I like it
so,
too, but it's just a little funny.
It's that reminds me of a funny story I'll tell you in a moment, going back to my Penn State days. But yeah, so Anik's putting on this really what seems to be an amazing event.
Yes.
He's invited like 150 of the top information marketers, people who are like course creators, coaches, consultants, and it should be a really killer event. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's right. And so I was thinking about that because we've been talking about it here and there on a daily basis, and we had actually had at least one conversation about, well, what are our intentions for this event? And I'll tell you, I basically, I'd like to share with you a secret that I learned early on with events. And I taught to my entire staff and all my strategic partners. And it has served me and them extremely well when we've remembered to apply it. Okay, which is easy. It's easy. The danger of this is that it's easy to forget to use it when you're in the midst of things. And so it's kind of a invisible, elusive secret weapon. and the key is, in my experience, is if you're going to go into any type of event, whether it's an online, if you're going to become part of a summit, if you're going to get involved with a giveaway, if you're going to host a giveaway, if you're going to host a summit, if you're going to do a launch with a bunch of affiliates, if you're going to do a joint venture networking mixer, whether you're going to participate in it, whether you're going to host it, or more importantly, perhaps more impactful in a certain way, is if you're going to go to a live event where you're going to be surrounded by other people in your industry, what are you going to get out of it? Or at least what are you hoping to accomplish as a result? What type of people are you looking to connect with? What are your intentions that you're going to set before you get on the plane? Okay. And before you go to the event, what is the goal? And I really, really recommend, if you use live events, conferences, seminars, networking events as a way of finding either customers, clients, or strategic partners, then, or perhaps even employees or team members, I would really recommend setting a very an aggressive but exciting goal, a goal that pushes you beyond your comfort zone, but that is believable that you could accomplish, and that you have it be a measurable goal. And when I say measurable, that means a certain number of some things need to happen, or that a certain event that is observable by people other than you needs to occur. meaning it can be observable by the outside world. It's not an internal emotional state that you have. So, for example, Brian and I have at least 2 collaborative projects that we're working on together, and we have 1 primary product that we're currently selling, all of which we are looking for different types of partners around. The 2 collaborative events, one is a summit that we're working on together, and the other is we'll just call it an interview series for now. And in both cases, they not only require the participation of other active gurus and teachers in the marketing space. Ideally, other gurus and teachers in the marketing space who have significant sized email lists. Those are the people that we're interested in, people that are good at email marketing and people who have a voice, right? They have an audience and they have a way to directly connect with them whenever they want without any BS. And so we're looking for partners. And then many of you are aware about Email Empire and our training process for teaching people how to build large, wildly profitable email lists. And we are also actively looking for new clients for Email Empire and strategic promotional partners that can take different forms for Email Empire. At the end of the day, however, we are looking to connect with email marketers with email marketing expertise and large responsive email lists for all 3 projects. And that's very clear. So it would be great if we walked away with 15 really solid people to do some sort of a promotion with as a result. Like if we walked into the conference with 0 and we walked out of the conference with 15 people with 100,000 or more people on their email list who teach some form of email marketing and who want to collaborate and do cross promotions with one of our projects, like that would be sweet, right? So that's an example of, and for most of those people, I'm happy to say are old friends, right? They're going almost all these people. Like I don't even need to meet anyone new. I just need to go and meet a whole bunch of old folks that I haven't talked to. So many old cards is marketing that I haven't talked to in a while, and figure out how to do some sort of deal that is helpful to both of us to move our agendas and our missions forward, right? So the power of intention makes the difference between wasting your weekend and your money going to a conference, getting drunk every night, spending too much on meals, meeting a bunch of people that you'll never remember, and walking away with a bunch of business cards. Okay, there's that as an option, which is what most people do. Option number 2 is set yourself, and ideally a teammate that you're going to the conference with, a aggressive, exciting, but little bit of a stretch goal to achieve that is measurable, and you get as close as you can. And if you can, go beyond that. And so getting 15 solid people for us to follow up with that would be good strategic partners from this out of 150 awesome email marketers probably shouldn't be that hard, right? Like we could probably go for 30, you know what I mean? But we had just talked about this a couple of days ago. And anytime you're going to be collaborating with, learning from someone, you can have a really clear intention for yourself when you start a home study course or a group coaching program, or you start working with a mentor one-on-one. Anyway, I've been telemonologuing. Brian, you've been politely nodding. What do you have to say about all this?
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I mean, that's when we both decided we were going to this event. One of the first questions I asked you was, what is our goal for this event? Are we just kind of showing up to say hi to old friends and hang out, or is there something clear that we want to walk away from it? And that's when you articulated some of the things that you mentioned. One thing I want to flag is when you said our goal is to walk away with 15 to 30 people we can follow up with, right? And the idea is going to the event is, in some cases, it's to meet new people. In our case, it's going to be to say hi to old friends and to meet new people. But it's going to be just to open up or reopen up relationships, let people know what we're doing, gauge some interest. Now, are we going to actually like book people at the event for a confirmed spot? Maybe some,
Maybe.
maybe
Yeah, but
none.
it's
But
more
that's
like
not the goal.
no. Yeah, it's more like update cell phone connections.
Yep.
Make sure I have your updated cell phone number. And if everybody's on top of it, we might even book a call in for next week on our calendars. Right?
Yep.
But I'm not trying to sell anybody anything at the event. And as you were talking, it is our self-serving goal is to get our own connections. But here's how you do that, guys. The way you do that is by getting clear on the same way as you set intentions with like the law of attraction is you set your goal, you set your intention, and then you let it go. And then you focus on helping other people. And so when you show up to we're going to reconnect with a bunch of old friends. And the first question that I'm going to ask is, dude, what are you selling right now? What do you want help selling? Let me know how, maybe I can help, maybe not, but what do you got going on? And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting to talk to somebody about this. My wife won't listen to me anymore. And then they're going to spew, and tell us all about all the cool stuff that they're trying to do. And most people, if they have any decency to them, will, once you listen patiently, you pay attention and you figure out if you can help them, if you can, are going to then reciprocate. And they're going to say, oh, what about you, man? What are you doing? And then you're going to tell them. And then you're going to know whether or not there's a obvious reason to do business together. And 3/4 of the time, there won't be. Who cares? What will happen is you'll find out about a bunch of other people's businesses and goals and what their struggles, what they're working on. And then you're going to talk to other people at the conference. And sooner or later, you're going to be like, oh, you should meet Billy Bob. Right. Right. And then you go and you introduce Jeremiah to Billy Bob. It's okay. It's all good. And you help them both out. And you're not doing business, but it's cool. And you're a nice person. So, that's the secret. That's the secret. Get clear on what you want to do. Go after it. And when I'm walking up to people to say hi, generally speaking, I'm going to be walking up to people to say hi. What's up, dude? How's it going? In the back of my mind, I'm like, I know that guy has an email list, right? So of hundreds of people you could go talk to, who are you going to choose? And I'm going to choose people who I think have email lists based on experience or gut, So your goal is still guiding you, but you do want to show up always as the same way you want to show up with your list. You want to show up with a focus of being of service to the people that you hope might help you out in the future, right? Hope. That's it. They might not, and you have to be okay with that. But you want to show up with an attitude of being of service to the people that you're hoping to create more deeper relationships with as time unfolds. So that is an example of where the power of intention absolutely has a place in your marketing strategy and tactics, for that matter. Cool. Brian, I think we're good to go. Is there anything else we need to talk about right now?
I don't think there is.
Okay. Kind of a quiet live stream this morning.
It is a Sunday before Christmas.
And all through the house.
Not a creature stirring. I was actually going to go shopping today and get some new stuff because as I mentioned earlier, I'm totally redoing my office. And then I realized that it is the Sunday before Christmas. I said, you know what? Maybe I don't need to go out to the stores today. Might be able
I'm going to go shopping today on the internet. Cool.
I heard that's a place you can go shopping.
You can go buy stuff. You know what? Speaking of which, and if you want to buy something on the internet, I want to give you an opportunity to do that today. So we talk about email marketing a lot. If you are a entrepreneur starting a new business or a existing entrepreneur who wants to grow an existing business, and you know that email is the single most profitable channel that you could possibly develop in your business to grow larger reach and get more customers, and you want us to teach you, then here's what I want you to do. Go to masscotland.com/early-bird to get on the email marketing early bird list right now. Go to that link, click on the link, or type in the link into a separate browser, opt into the email list, and read the very short note on the next page that will give you very specific and clear instructions on exactly what you need to do in order to book a call with me. You'll need to fill out an intake form and tell me a bit about you and your business after you book the call. And then we'll hop on the phone in the next couple of days and see whether or not email is something that would be a good and intelligent investment for you to get good at in terms of growing your business, or perhaps not. It's definitely not for everybody, depending on how hard you want to work, where your existing skill sets are, and really how big you want to grow your business, like what you're actually aiming at. So if email seems like a profitable channel that you definitely want to grow in your business and you want to get started before the new year kicks over, then now's the time. Go to masscotland.com/early-bird, and we'll talk to you soon. Brian, how has list building changed your life?
List building has changed my life forever.
And ever and ever. But seriously,
Ever and
like
ever.
how has it changed your perspective? How has email, like the act of actually not having a list, building a list, living off that list for years,
Yeah.
what
Well, I'll
has that
say
done?
actually, so I talked a lot about. I actually talked a little bit about 15K in 7 days on a previous live stream we did, and how I ended up going full time. And I've been doing this full time for 17, 18 years, maybe almost 20. One thing I didn't talk about, and this is key, is I actually tried to go full time before that, because I did have a successful little launch, if you will, online, and a lot of money came in fast. I was like, wow, this is cool. I'm going full time. At that time, I was not focused on list building. And what I found was after my big successful launch, didn't happen the next month, didn't happen the month after that, and I actually had to go back and get another job. And it wasn't until I started focusing on list building that when I went full time for the second time, that full time was permanent. So that's been like I've been working online for myself for the last 17 years. A lot of it is because of list building.
That's the thing. One of the cool things about building your list, guys, is it really is. It's like making a commitment to starting and growing an apple orchard. It really is. Like it's not, you can make money in a short period of time if you build a list and sell stuff to people. Okay. And there are lots of different ways to do that. There are lots of people that teach lots of different ways to do that. But at the end of the day, the act of building the list, consistently building the list, staying in touch with your list, nurturing your list, getting to know your list, like they're your trees. They're your, and you're growing them. You get to know them on a personal level. And the people that buy the most from you are deeply and personally connected to you for life. They'll give you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in exchange for you helping them. And like, this is enormously powerful, like enormously powerful. And so if you're in it for the long haul, if you are done chasing shiny objects and you're going to dedicate yourself to just building something that's going to last, that's going to stand the test of time, email is the only thing on the internet that's done that. Okay. Email is the only thing that is stuck around for over 20 years. Email is 50 freaking years old. Did you know that? It's insane.
I just saw
It's-
that.
It's bananas. And I'm not saying that email is always the single most responsive and profitable channel. It's not. But what it is it over time is the longest standing, most profitable channel and can't be decentralized because it's not owned by any individual company like every single other social media platform and traffic source out there, all owned by separate companies. Nobody owns email. Okay. So if you're in it for the long haul, if you want to build an email list that's going to last you decades and keep paying you for the rest of your life, then I'd love to teach you. Go to mattschotland.com/early-bird. We'll help you build a big email list. Keep it building, keep it strong, keep it healthy, and keep it generating revenue for you, for your family, for your business, for as long as you want to keep tending to it, or as long as you want to teach other people to tend to it. So it's great. I've lived off my list for years. It's like literally almost every dime that I've made in 19 years has come from my email list or an email list that I was writing emails to, right? So do what you want with that. All right, guys, that is it for now. I've got a rowing machine to deliver. That's right. Cool, everybody. Brian, have a great Sunday. Everybody have a great Sunday. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Toodaloo.